hard work is a scam. Steve Jobs dropped out of college. Bill Gates dropped out of college. Mark Zuckerberg dropped out of college. They became the rich people on the planet. So, you dropped out too? You had potential, right? Now you carry boxes in a warehouse or clean toilets in a dirty entertainment park for almost nothing. This is not bad luck. This is the expected result. This is the base algorithm of how this world works. Because they never told you the part that actually mattered. The part before they dropped out. Today, we do surgery on this wire. Every day, millions of people wake up to an alarm to make the worst deal of their lives. They sell 8 hours of the time they will never get back for just enough money to survive until the next morning shift. They sell as the illusion of career ladder. But let's be honest, employment is not a path to success. It is a brutal tax on not having the right family. If you spawn into this world without starting capital or connections, the system immediately puts your life on rent. You blind rent, your overtime, your burned nerves. They do not make you richer. They pay for someone else's life, someone else's freedom, someone else's tower in Dubai. Work by schedule is the modern subscription to survival. And the scariest part of the scam. We were tough to be happy. They renew it. You were given one rule. One golden rule was a matrix. Work hard, get results, put in the hours, earn your place. It sounds fair. It sounds logical. It is also the most useful and effective lie the control system ever created. Hard work does something, no question. It makes you useful, but not successful. It keeps you busy, but not free. Ask yourself a simple question. Who benefits most from you believing this? Not you. The system that needs your body, your joints, your time. If you believe effort equals results, you are a perfect worker. You will work more for less money. You will blame yourself. When it does not work, you will think, I just need to push harder. You will never look at the actual structure. You will never question the architect. That is the design. The myth of hard work is not motivation. It is a tool for using people up. In early 2026, Sam Altman, the CEO of OpenAI, posted on X. He wrote that he feels enormous gratitude to the people who wrote complex software, who ground out code symbol by symbol. He said, thank you for bringing us to this point. The post got millions of views, thousands of likes from useful idiots. At the same time, 45,000 people in tech lost their jobs since the start of 2026. Amazon cut 16,000. Block cut 40% of its staff. Atlassian cut 1,600. The stat reason AI made these people unnecessary. The same AI trained on the code those people wrote symbol by symbol. That is the gratitude of the system you're going to build. The rope we will hang you with. Good work, John. Your pennies were worth it. Let's go back to the heroes of your dreams. The ones who made themselves Steve Jobs dropped out. That's a risk. Except his parents moved to a specific neighborhood in California, so he could go to a better school. He had access to Hewlett-Packard computers at a time when 99% of the plant did not even have a calculator. He met the right people at the right moment, because he lived in the right place. Bill Gates dropped out, genius, billionaire, philanthropist. But before that, his private school had a computer terminal in 1968 as a teenager, when most universities in the world could not even dream of that. His mother sat on the board of the major bank. She used those connections to get an early IBM contract for the company her son was building. This is not a success story, this is a story about access. Elon Musk, the man who built rockets from nothing, except his family owned an emerald mine in apartheid-era South Africa. At 17, he moved to Canada with family money behind him. He got into Stanford. His first company was partly founded by his father. His second, Zip2, was sold for $300 million. That money founded PayPal. PayPal founded SpaceX and Tesla. Every door opened because the previous door was already opened by money or connections. This man worked hard, that is true, but that is not a story. The story is what was already in place before the work started. Starting capital, access to technology, connections. Remove any one of those things, and you have never heard their names. They wrote to the carrying boxes in a warehouse next to you. During World War II, engineers studied planes that came back from combat. They saw where the bullet holes were. They planned to add armor to those areas. Then someone pointed out the problem. They were only looking at the planes that came back. The planes hit in other places, never returned. Those were the real weak points. Success stories work the same way. This is called Survivorship BS. In the US alone, about 600,000 new business start every year. About 45% are gone within 2 years. Only 20% survive past 5 years. Startup culture tells you work harder, move faster, learn from failure. It does not tell you that most people who failed work just as hard, often harder. The warehouse worker in your town works hard. The cleaner who cleans after you works hard. The failed entrepreneur who used his mother's savings works hard. Hard work is everywhere. It is the cheapest resource on this planet. The outcomes are not random, but the variable that determines them in almost never effort. It is what was already in place before the effort started. So, if hard work is not the answer, what is? Hard work is not a factor, it is a multiplier. If your starting conditions are 0, effort multiplied by 0 is still 0, always, no exceptions. Without real variables, starting capital, connection, timing, effort changes nothing. The system knows this, so it keeps you busy anyway. It calls this the grind. The grind is not content, it is a retention mechanism. Keep the player inside, keep them tired, sell them solution to a problem the game created. Corporate grind works the same way, but let's be more precise about what corporate grind actually is. Employed is not stability, employed is a subscription to survival, the basic plan. When you sign a work contract, they sell you the basic version. You give 40 hours, of your life every week. The system guarantees you enough money for food, a seat on a crowded bus, and the ability to pay your utilities so you don't freeze and can come back to work tomorrow. That is it. That is the honest exchange. Your time for the minimum maintenance of your physical body. But the corporate matrix always wants more. As soon as you enter the system, it starts asking for premium futures. Futures nobody agreed to pay for. It asks for loyalty, as if this were your own business. It asks for overtime and your personal time, because we are one team. It asks you to smile and follow corporate ethics, even when their system don't work and the equipment can't handle the load. The base subscription gives you survival. The premium subscription gives you nothing extra, except the feeling that you are part of something. And the most disturbing part of this scam: we were tough to be happy, then they renew it. And here we get to the funniest part of this scam in practice. At my workplace, there is a colleague. Let's call him John. He is over 50. He is a technician. John is the foundation of this place. He knows where every cable goes, how to fix any machine, how to bring the system back without restarting the server. He is the legacy code of this operation. He has absolutely leverage. If he quits, the place stops working for a week. The owners lose thousands. He is untouchable. But what does John do? A new administrator arrives. She has been working here for 2 months, and she tells John the technician to build a wooden platform. Just like that. For decoration. This is not his job. His contract says technician, not carpenter. And John, this man who holds the whole place together, picks up the hammer, switch, swirls, but builds the platform for free to prove his usefulness to the system that does not care about him. What does the system do? It does not say thank you. It looks at the platform, says it is correct, and makes John rebuild it. And John rebuilds it. And he is angry. But at who? At me? At the weather? Not at himself. Not at the stupidity of the situation. I watch this from the server room. I see a man who holds all the power. Voluntarily pick up a hammer and build the stage for his own elimination. Congratulations, you are not Atlas, John. You are a clone who painted his own red nose. For a few pennies of approval, a slave mentality at 56 is a diagnosis. Hard work has a cost that nobody puts on the invoice. Your body, your time, your biological prime. The system does not just take your hours, it takes your cortisol levels, your joints, your sleep, your youth. It drains you during the exact years when those things cost the most. Look at the Japanese pop industry. It is the cleanest, most surgical version of the corporate machine. Take Chisato Maritaka, 1989. Her absolute prime. The system invested millions, pushed her to the limit. Schedules, performance, releases, appearance, non-stop. She did not have a life. She had a contract. By 1998, 10 years of continuous grind, the biological tax was paid in full. The system consumed her and spat out an empty shell. But here is what happened when she stepped out of the machine. The aging process slowed down as soon as she stopped turning the pedals in someone else's elevator. The system does not pay you for hard work. It extracts your life and throws you away like a used battery. Look in the mirror after a 12-hour shift in your town. That is not tiredness. That is the receipt for the biological tax you paid to a system that does not even know your name. This is the part where most videos give you a list, 5 steps to fix your mindset, 3 habits of successful people, how to become Bill Gates if your father is a nobody from your town. I am not going to do that, because the goal of this video is not to motivate you. The goal is to show you the structure. So, stop hitting your head against a wall that will not move. Most people are running a race where the starting line is different for everyone. Some start 5 kilometers ahead, Stanford, family money, the right connections. Others start 5 kilometers behind, in a server room, a cheap entertainment park. And everyone is told the same thing: just run faster. Knowing this does not move your starting line. Nothing moves your starting line. But it changes the question you ask. Instead of why I am not working hard enough, the question becomes what is the actual structure of this situation. Instead of copying the visible actions of Elon Musk, the question becomes what conditions made his action work. And do I have those conditions? Spoiler, you probably do not. Instead of blaming yourself for structural results, the question becomes, is this a personal failure or predictable result of a system a voluntarily gave my power to? There are not motivational questions. These are diagnostic questions. A doctor who gives the wrong diagnosis and prescribes the wrong treatment is not helping, even if the intention is good. Knowing the correct diagnosis does not always mean there is a cure. You might still end up in your town, but it stops you from talking medicine that does not work, and it stops you from calling yourself lazy or a failure. Then that medicine does not help. You are not lazy. The game is rigged. Hard work is not a scam because it does nothing. Hard work is a scam because it is sold as the main variable, the one thing that determines everything, while the action variables access, timing, position, environment, digest emeralds are treated as background details. They are not background details. They are the story. Hard work is just the tax you pay to stay in the game. It does not win the game, and it was never meant to. The people who designed the rules knew that. They just needed you not to know it. So, you would keep building their platform, John. I am AnalogKodji. This was the surgery.